When you start reading books about magic, this is where it gets different. Because if you see someone or see like a tutorial of a magic trick, right? The difference between a book and a tutorial, you will see and hear the guy perform the trick.
You do magic to make people feel happy.
Yeah.
What does magic mean for you?
You know, if someone's maybe sad on the street or someone's just, had a bad day or X, Y, Z, I can do a magic trick and make them feel really good about their day.
What got you to start magic, like at the age of 10?
I learned some card tricks, some tricks with pens and coins, and little tricks. They're a bit bad. And then I started showing my family and X, Y, Z. A lot of celebrities thought, he's that guy. I want him to do magic on me because he's done magic with that person and that person and that person. So I want him to do it with me. Little did they know, I want to do it with them as well because it's good for me. Yeah. Right now, Snapchat is one of the most biggest social media platforms. It's the most paying. It's the most, I would say it's the most loyal fans. Because with Snapchat, it's a lot of stories.
For the inspiring magicians, what's the best advice that you would give it to them that are listening, that want to get into magic?
Don't copy anyone, because when you start copying someone, then you go and always copy them. And then when they stop doing magic, and this goes for anyone, like if you start copying people, when they stop doing it, who are you going to copy?
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Just Hamza here, and I'm here with another episode. With me I got Dawud the Magician. I'll let him do his introductions before we dive into his life. So Dawud, if you want to tell us a bit about yourself for people that don't know you.
Yeah, sure, yeah. So I'm a magician. I've been doing magic for 12 years now, coming up to actually 12 years now. I started magic when I was 10 years old, and now I'm a celebrity magician that performs magic for loads of celebrities all around the world.
Amazing. You said that you started magic 12 years ago. How old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
21.
21?
Yeah.
So you started at the age of 10?
Yeah, 9, 10, yeah.
Yeah, what got you to start magic, like at the age of 10?
So, I saw a magician on TV called Dynamo. You might have heard of him. He did a trick where he walked on the River Thames. And I watched that trick 100 times. I was like, how is he doing it? How is he doing this? Wow. And then I watched the trick and I was like, you know what? I watched this whole series, Dynamo Magician Impossible. And then I was like, he's making people feel so happy. If he can do it, why can't I? So I started learning some card tricks, some tricks with pens and coins, and little tricks. They're a bit bad. And then I started showing my family and X, Y, Z. And then, they used to say, go away, you're annoying me, you're bad at magic. And I started practicing more, started meeting magicians, started reading books about magic, and literally it went from there.
Books about magic? Look, I know nothing about magic. So books about magic. Tell me a bit more about the books about magic. Is there such thing as books that you can read and learn magic?
Yeah, there's books that you can read and learn about magic, definitely. There are some books online. I can't really say it too much, otherwise I'm going to lose my job. So yeah, but there's definitely some books you can learn about magic and start getting into magic. Quick promo, by the way. Quick promo. I'm releasing a school. Right, hopefully it's released by this podcast comes out. It's called the School of Tricks, where I teach people how to do crazy magic tricks. It doesn't take long. It's crazy magic tricks. It's very easy to learn. And yeah, make sure you check out School of Tricks. Anyway,
okay, now we're done with the presentation. Let's go back into
I'll wire you the money later, innit?
Fair enough. Okay, so at the age of 10 you started, 9, 10 you started. How long did it take you to learn the basic tricks that you thought that you're happy with? Or what was your first trick?
I started, one of the first tricks I ever learned was, actually let me show you it, yeah? Let me show you the trick.
Okay, you want to show me this trick on the podcast then?
Yeah. So this is actually the first trick I ever learned, right?
Okay.
So this is 2 sponge balls. Hold your left hand up, please. Okay. So I'm just going to move this mic slightly, just like this. Okay. Yeah. So, one of them will go in my hand, right? Squeeze tight into this one. Big, strong hand. Squeeze tight. This one disappears. Open your hand.
No way! That's crazy. I didn't even feel it.
I'll leave it there. Yeah,
I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
For now, wow, that's amazing. So that's the first trick that you learned.
Yeah, that is one of the first tricks I ever learned. And someone did it to me, and I was like, that is crazy. And they taught me how it's done and X, Y, Z. And then I was like, you know what? That's actually really crazy. It was fun to do, and.
Definitely it's a good icebreaker, I would say. And it's a good thing to see in the parties.
100%.
So do you know, one thing that I'm curious to know about is what is magic for you? How would you describe magic?
It's a very good question. It's a lot of people would sometimes see magic as not the greatest thing, especially the community that I come from, right? It's some people might not see it as the greatest thing, but when I started doing magic, right, my sole purpose was to do it, and still till this day is to make people feel happy. Like if I just did a trick on you and you felt happy, joy, started laughing, X, Y, Z. That's all my purpose is. Like, is to make people feel happy. about themselves. And, because it's good to people,
Okay. You said that you do magic to make people feel happy.
Yeah.
What does magic mean for you? So you make other people feel happy. Well,
Yeah.
how does it feel for you? Like, how does it feel?
It feels
for you?
good because I'm making you feel happy, and that makes me feel good. If I can make someone's, if someone's maybe sad on the street, or someone's just, had a bad day, or X, Y, Z, I can do a magic trick and make them feel really good about their day. And they can feel really good, and that's genuinely an amazing feeling, because when you make people feel happy, you're gonna feel happy yourself. You're like, he was sad before, but now he's smiling. You know what I'm trying to say. It's a very, very good feeling.
Going back to my experience with yourself, for example, on the earlier shot today, when we were having that shot done, and you performed that magic trick on me, it did make me feel happy. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it scared me, and that kind of thing that comes from magic is quite a common thing nowadays.
It's a shock. You're like, how did he do it?
Yeah. Shock, and it kind of scares you as well. Like, how is that even possible?
How's it possible?
Like, you literally had the number 7 written on your hands, and it scares you, to say the least. What do you think about that? Like, is that the kind of emotion that you're looking to get out from the people as well?
The thing is with me, it's like magic. It depends on every single person who you do it on. Every single person reacts differently. For example, a different person might start laughing. It'll be like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then they go about their day. Another person might be like, what? How did he do it? And he can't go to sleep until he works out. So, for example, I did a trick the other day where a guy started crying because I did a magic trick on him. I'll send you the clip so you can put it in. But a guy started crying and I was shocked. I was like, what do I do? Is he crying? But then I realized later he was crying out of joy. He wasn't crying because he was sad. Yeah.
So, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
So at the age of 9, 10, you started magic. You talked about a couple of years to get some basic tricks in. Tell me about your first ever job that you did as a magician.
This is very interesting. So my first ever booking as a magician, what used to happen in school, so the teacher would take me out of my class and act like I'm in trouble, and bring me into his own class and be like, oh, Dawud, can you show some magic tricks to my students? So I'm missing school, I'm skipping class while I'm doing something I love. And that teacher, what he did was, he met me later that night. He was like, look, I've got a Christmas party at my house. What would you charge to perform here? I was like, hang on a minute. I can make money from this? I can make money from this? Whoa, this is getting good. And then I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, how much do you want? I was like £50 for 1 hour? £50 an hour, age of 14, 15. Yeah, no problem. I went to his house, I did some crazy magic tricks, I fooled them, I did my first ever show. And yeah, it was great. But looking back at it now, obviously, there's a lot more improvements. But at that age and what I did, honestly, it felt amazing.
So that's how you started it. So how did you go about getting more gigs or jobs after the first one?
Oh, so at the age of 15, I started, obviously, and I'll say this, the best type of marketing is word of mouth. So people started knowing in school I was a magician. People started knowing that, oh yeah, he does tricks. So especially when I went to that...
So I cut you off there. When people started to get to know you at the age of 14, 15, 16, that you were a magician in the school. How was that experience? Because a lot of... look, I've been a youngster myself as well. And, we tend to pick up on small things and make a lot of jokes about it. How was your experience there in the school?
So it's good you actually asked that, because I forgot to mention a point, is I was actually bullied in school. And it was very, very bad, because I used to, I used to get really, really badly bullied in school. They used to, take compasses and stab me with compasses and do. Obviously, I'm mentioning too much, but yeah, there used to be physical harm and loads of harm. And they used to bully me a lot. I don't even know what I did till this day, but I got bullied in school. And they used to bully me a lot. And there were some days even where some bullies would be waiting outside the school when I was walking out and do X, Y, Z to me, which wasn't a great feeling.
But why do you think is that? Like,
but one day I walked in and I showed them a magic trick, and the bullies they were fooled. They were like, "How did he do that?" And they let me go for the day. And I was like, "Hang on a minute, this might be my key to not getting bullied." And then, cool. I come in the school the next day, and it's normal as it is. The bullies are waiting for me, waiting to do X, Y, Z to me, bully me. But they're like, "No, Dawud, can you show us a magic trick?" And I'm like, "Yo, this is getting kind of cool now." And every single day, it started happening. Like, "Oh yeah, Dawud's that magician. He's the magician. Show us a magic trick. While we're in canteen, show us a magic trick. While we're waiting register, everyone show us a magic trick." I'm like, this is getting kind of cool now. People are liking me for what I do. And then after I got that first booking, I started, applying on websites and started building my social media a bit more. Obviously, we're talking like 2019 now. And I started building my social media more. And 2020, obviously, the magical.
What was the first platform that you started?
Instagram.
Post Instagram, yeah.
I didn't even know what Instagram was. I had to go to my brother and ask, what does DM mean? I swear, I didn't know what I was like, because in school guys were saying, "Oh, that girl DM'd me." I was like, "Bro, what does DM mean?" I genuinely didn't know what DM meant. So I went to my friend. I was like, "What does DM mean?" He didn't even know what it meant. I said, "What does DM mean?" Yeah. And then later on, I found out it means direct message. And then I asked my brother, like, "How do you use this application?" I don't know what social media is. You know, I don't come from this life. I don't know what social media is. I'm that little kid who gets bullied in school. And then he was like to me that, you know, this is how you use it in X, Y, Z. And I started like posting my magic videos in there. It did nothing. No traction, no nothing. You know, little Pakistani Asian kid doing magic tricks. He wants to watch it. You know, yeah? Okay, and you're agreeing as well. And
I can't disagree there. You know, when you started, nobody wants to watch it.
Of course,
they don't know you.
Of course. And then what happened after that was the magical lockdown came around in 2020. What do we do? Because I was slowly getting, you know, a couple of bookings. Maybe I only got a couple of bookings, maybe ever. Yeah, after the first booking that I got. And then I was like, let me try push social media. Let me try get big on social media. And then I started posting videos on social media. And on TikTok, and TikTok was blowing up back then. So TikTok, my traction gained. I started gaining quite a few followers on TikTok. And what I started doing was collaborating with celebrities online. Like going live with celebrities, doing magic shows, live streams, and XYZ online. And there were thousands and thousands of people watching us. And it was crazy because loads of people are seeing something they've never seen before online. Like, how can you do it it's very crazy. And then after that, what happened was I started, you know, networking with these celebrities online. I started gaining followers from these celebrities.
So, you know, I'll stop you there for 1 second. So you said that you started to networking with these celebrities online. I mean, to be fair, nowadays in age, anybody who has a decent amount of followers would not even reply to your message.
Yeah.
You know, that's the kind of current situation with the things. How did they end up, like, you know, kind of collaborating on
So what they did was they had something called talent shows because there was nothing to do in lockdown. So they had something called these talent shows on live stream. And obviously I'm a magician, so I was like, let me try join this and let me try fool people. And people loved it. And they started following me and messaging me and XYZ. And I started getting random phone calls. Like, yo, you're the magician. I'm not used to this. What am I supposed to do? And then, literally, people were like following me. You know, they were really, really interested in this. And I was like, hang on a minute, I can actually I can potentially even do something with this. And then I started collaborating. From there, what happened was, because I went live with one celebrity, the other celebrity would go live, the other celebrity would go live, the other celebrity would go, because they're seeing me on other pages. You know what I mean? So imagine I go live with you now. Your friend will see me. Your friend will see. Oh yeah, he's great. Yeah, I'd love to have him in my life. I want my people to see him because he's an entertainer. People are gonna love him.
Understood.
And then what happened after that was I started collabing. So the first lockdown went cool. The second lockdown came. I started pushing hard on content. So I had the following at this point. I had a decent amount of followers, and I started pushing hard on content. And obviously, my friend over here, we used to film a lot of magic together back in the day. Stratford Olympic Park, them days, yeah. So we used to film loads of magic, crazy magic tricks, and just post them, the magic content on my platform. And it went really well because I had the following, and all I needed to do was push out good content. So I started going hard on social media, doing the best tricks that I can. And, you know, if you go down, I was getting some crazy views. Then after the second lockdown, because I was networking with these celebrities and, you know, getting in with them and creating a good relationship with them, we actually started meeting up and collaborating in real life. And that's where the real, you know, Dawud Magician sort of brand became a bit bigger. Because now I'm kind of known for that magician who does magic on rappers and celebrities. So I literally started... So,
give me an example of which celebrities have you done the magic on?
I'm telling you. Don't worry.
Go for it.
I get so I started networking with these celebrities, collaborating, and a lot of people started seeing, you know, he's doing some crazy magic on these celebrities, and these videos started going viral, and a lot of celebrities thought, yo, he's that guy. I want him to do magic on me because he's done magic with that person and that person and that person, so I want him to do it with me. Little did they know I want to do it with them as well because it's good for me, yeah. But yeah, and because the celebrities now were like, yo, I wanted to do some tricks. He's that guy who does the magic on every celebrity, but why has he not done it on me? You know what I mean? So they were like, oh yeah, he's great, yeah. So I started collaborating with a lot of big names like Burna Boy, Jack Grealish, Ed Sheeran, Floyd Mayweather, Anthony Joshua. The list goes on, and I've done these collaborations and they've gone really, really viral. For example, the Man City collaboration, that was actually a collaborator post between me and the Man City page, and they've got 50 million followers. So that video got over like 5 million views.
Wow, that's amazing. So who was the first celebrity that you have collabed with, and how was the experience?
I believe it was Tion Wayne. Tion Wayne is quite a big rapper in the UK, and it was quite a cool collaboration because there was a photographer who I met at a video shoot, and he called me randomly and was like, "Bro, I'm going to meet Tion Wayne tonight. Do you want to come?" I was like, "What? You're going to meet Tion Wayne? I want to do some magic on him at the age of 17. That is crazy." He was like, "Yeah, come, bro." And I can't lie, Tion Wayne, he showed me a lot of love. You know, he was very humble. He still is till this day. He was a lot of love. And we got a really, really good video, really good reaction. I did a crazy trick on him, and that's that.
That's that. And how would you describe the experience though? Like, that was the first time you're meeting a celebrity.
I was quite like, yo, I'm kind of doing this magic thing properly now, and it's not just me getting bullied in school and trying to get away from the bullies. Like, this is serious now. I'm actually doing a magic trick on an A-list celebrity, and people are gonna watch this, and the video's gone viral, and I'm like, this is actually happening. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing it. Next celeb, next celeb, next celeb. Keep pushing that content. Keep gaining followers. Keep building the brand. And I mean, we're here today. That's literally how it worked. And because a lot of people, whenever they recognize me, sometimes they'll be like, "You're the guy who did magic on that guy, right? Yeah. Are you the Man City magician?" They recognize from different places and where they see me. So, you did a magic trick on Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm trying to say, yeah. Mm-hmm.
How would you want to be recognized with these people? Like, obviously they recognize you at the moment with, you did a magic trick on this guy and you did a magic trick on that celebrity.
No. So when people recognize me, they know my name's Dawud. So 90% of the time they'll say, "Oh, Dawud, you okay? XYZ." But some people will just be like, "Yo, are you that guy from TikTok? Are you that guy from Snapchat? XYZ." Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So let's move into your life a bit. So obviously you started your gigs and so on. What did you do with your education and stuff?
I went to secondary school. I failed English.
Yeah.
I failed English. Then I went to college. But I went to college for 2 weeks and I left. I went to college for 2 weeks and I left, and my attendance was 50% in that 2 weeks. So technically I went for 1 week, yeah? And the head teacher comes to me. Sorry, I get a letter home saying, "Dawood's attendance is very bad. If he doesn't make it better by this date, we have to kick him out of the college." I went to the head teacher the next day and I said, "I'm leaving." Because I was like, "Mate, I'll be honest, like, sir, college isn't for me, yeah? It's not my thing. I'm just leaving." He was all right, "But I want to see you on TV by this year." That's what he said. And I didn't make it to TV by this year, but I made it that next year. And I came home and that was that. I didn't have no college, no money, no nothing. And all I had was a pack of cards and some magic tricks in my brain. And I was like, how can I make this a bit bigger? So I started pushing on to social media, doing the celebrity collaborations. That's when the celebrity collaboration started to happen. And yeah, she all went from there. But honestly, leaving college was genuinely the best decision. Leaving college was genuinely, I can't lie, leaving college was genuinely the best decision of my life. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people will turn around and say, you need a plan B, you need a plan B. But the problem with a plan B is you always have in the back of your mind that, there is a plan B, so I don't have to work hard enough. That's the way I see it. Like, for example, if I had a plan B, I don't think I'd be where I am today, because in my mind, cool, I've got a plan B, so I don't have to work hard enough. But with me, I have to make this work, otherwise there is no plan B. I have to make it work. So you have to grind every single day until it works.
Yeah, so you put yourself into a situation where
which I like. It's risky, but I love it. Yeah, it's risky, but I love it because I'm like, cool, what we do next? What we do today? What we doing today? Like that's what I like. And a lot of the people around didn't go to uni, and mashallah, they're doing really well.
You didn't go to college. College wasn't your thing.
No, sorry to cut you in again. Respectfully, if you look at a car nowadays, yeah, you look at a car. What was a car 100 years ago? 200 years ago? 300 years ago? It was a horse and carriage, right? You look at a phone 100 years ago, 200 years, it's different. If you look at a classroom, it's the same. It's been the same for like 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Where is the development? Where's the growth?
Yeah. I get your point, boy. At the same time, look, the transportation system, for example, you mentioned we had horses and carriages back in the days, but now we got a car.
We've got Ferraris.
Correct. So we have engines that actually, work hard nowadays. But
Exactly.
all those were built because we had some sort of educational system put in place. You can't make a fish fly, for example. You can't teach the same thing to everybody. That the teaching system that works for one person wouldn't
we
work for
get
the
it.
other one.
You like school. It's cool.
No, I
man.
don't, bro. I didn't go to uni. I didn't
Yeah, we
even
got
finish
we're
my
on the same
college.
side there.
It's not that. It's just that
I genuinely think the education system are just.
It's outdated, no doubt about it. It's outdated. That would be the correct term.
Yeah,
but we can't
100%.
say like education system at all. We don't need it, like, because the comparison doesn't work out.
You can spend 7 years of your life learning about medicine, or 8 years, or 10 years, right? You spent 10 years of your life in a school, right, learning
Yeah.
about medicine. Why don't you just go out and do actual work? Why don't you actually do work, right? Why don't you? And I know what you're gonna say, it's medicine, it's dangerous. Work for free, be taught while you're working.
I see certain things unless you know what the ingredients are. For example, let me give you an example. Yeah,
Okay, right,
that
right.
there is an experiment they did with human beings. They put people in the circle and they said one thing to the first person, and the person had to repeat the same thing to the second, and then the third, and the fourth, and the fifth. When they got to the 20th or the 30th randomly, yeah. That's when the word that they said at the start, it completely changed when it came to that person. That's exactly the same thing when it comes down to the work experience. Specific fields, like for example, if you want to be a magician, it's stupid to go to the college. If you want to be an IT person, again, it's stupid to go to the college because you need hands-on experience. But if you want to get into law degree, you want to be a lawyer, for example, or you want to be a pharmacist or doctor, you need to have some sort of education behind your belt, so you can even correct the person who is teaching you. And not doing the tests on human beings, basically.
What did you do at university?
Me, I didn't go to uni.
College?
I did go to college. So I did go to college to learn business, actually. I did a year and realized that it's kind of stupid to learn business.
So you learned business?
I didn't learn anything from there.
No. I'm saying you technically learned business, right? According to you learned business. What teacher did your business have? So what business did your teacher have?
She was running some stupid online business that she was running, but hence why I left college.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
how can someone teach business that doesn't even have a business?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Look, I'm not look, for a businessman, it makes sense to not do it. However, if I wanted to become a doctor, for example, or I got a good friend of mine who is a solicitor, if he wanted to pursue to be a solicitor, and he would have said, oh yeah, I'll go and learn from this guy, and I will be a solicitor and be able to give that legal advice that would mean life or death for certain individuals. It won't work out for him. He needs to have enough bookish knowledge for him to be able to kind of express himself and use that knowledge to even correct the person that he's working with. Because look, end of the day, we're all human beings, right? We can all make mistakes, and that educational system is not perfect. It's complete. I completely disagree with it. Everybody that's been onto my podcast, pretty much 99% of them, they haven't been to uni, they haven't been to colleges, and they are successful people. They have done a lot with their lives. They have built £1 million businesses without even having seen the college itself. Not denying that the educational system that we have is outdated and is not the right thing to do it, because you're trying to kind of teach a fish how to fly. A fish can't fly. It doesn't matter how you do, what you do, or how you teach it. So you need to have a different system put in place for different individuals, and each person learns in a different way.
You're telling a magician a fish can't fly.
Oh, that's a good one. Probably you probably make that happen as well. No, that's amazing. So we're going back to the topic of magic. Obviously, is seen in a different way in our community, and magic itself. You use the word trick quite often during this podcast. So, are you telling me that everything that you magicians do, from an outsider person, by the way, not a direct question to yourself, everything you guys do is just a trick and nothing else?
Yeah, exactly. It takes years of practice. It's sleight of hand. It's tricks. It's how you perform the trick. It's an art, right? And you got to learn it. You got to learn it, and you got to perfect it until you actually start performing it. People would see something, and people will be like, "Oh, it's this, it's that, it's actual magic," and people don't realize that I've taken X, Y, Z amount of years to practice this one trick. You guys can learn it too, but I don't know if you guys have the patience to learn it. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah. No, it's really amazing what you do, and the way you did it as well. You built a personal brand out of magic and something that you enjoy doing, which is admirable. Like, is amazing to see as well. So tell me a bit more about the business side of the magic, like for inspiring magicians or people listening that would want to get into the magic. Tell me a bit more what they can do with this in terms of business, or they're making a living for themselves.
Magic's quite good in terms of building. It's quite good for work. I'll tell you why. Because, the amount of money you can make from magic, alhamdulillah, is very, very good. Very good. Especially the amount you charge for an hourly rate or 2 hour rate to perform at a wedding, a corporate event, or whatever it is, whatever type of event you're doing. Because you can charge a huge amount and people will pay it. Because the skill that I have is very, don't a lot of people don't have it. So when something that the value goes up when a lot of people don't have this skill. Like you can't ring another Pakistani magician right now. I don't even mean that in an egotistic way.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you can't. Yeah?
Definitely, you
Yeah.
can't.
I don't know any other Pakistani musician apart from me that's in the UK. That's the only thing I am saying.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying is because there's not a lot, the demand is high, right? That a lot of people will be like, that's why my prices can be what they are.
Understood.
And especially because I've been doing it for so many years, it's not like my tricks are bad. I've perfected what I've done, and
Yeah.
I've spent a lot of
No,
time
definitely.
into this.
As I said, I was amazed with the trick earlier, and that's crazy. Even the one that you performed the first time that we met, that was also mind blowing and something that you wouldn't really, you can't really guess it. There's no way for me to know what the trick is. To be fair, so for the inspiring magicians, what's the best advice that you would give it to them that are listening that want to get into magic?
Don't copy anyone, because when you start copying someone, then you go and always copy them, and then when they stop doing magic, and this goes for anyone, like if you start copying people, when they stop doing it, who are you going to copy? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like if I start copying Hamza now with his fragrance brand, and when he stops it, for example, what am I going to do? what am I going to do?
So where do they begin though? Like for example, you got inspired by
Dynamo.
Diamond.
I didn't copy him. Yeah, I just got inspired by him. So I was like, oh, that's great. Street magic. Street magic isn't a new thing because David Blaine did it in America. He's just one of the first people to do it in the UK. And I was so inspired by that. I was like, that is amazing. I'd love to do that. And then I started reading books about magic. I didn't go to Dynamo and say, what is this trick? Can I do the same thing? Yeah. So I started reading books about magic. And the thing is, I don't read a lot of books, but when you start reading books about magic, this is where it gets different. Because if you see someone or see like a tutorial of a magic trick, right? The difference between a book and a tutorial, you will see and hear the guy perform the trick. So that's why, like, automatically you're going to think, I'm going to perform it that way. But when you read it, you can't see or hear anyone performing a trick. You're just reading how the trick's done. So the performance will come by yourself. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So the act and the performance will come by yourself. So that's why it's better to read a trick. I know it's a bit more boring, but it's read. You read it and you're like, right, is that how it's done? Right, I'm going to come up with my own performance. Because it's yourself. You just be yourself. When you be yourself, I promise you, people will look at you and be like, this guy's cool. Because when you're trying to be someone you're not, it all goes, it goes pear-shaped. Yeah, you're going back to college. But anyway.
Fair enough. So, for people that are listening or people that are trying to build their social media, and what's the one advice that you would give it to them that they can use to grow their own personal brands?
Right now, I'll be honest with you. This is quite a big topic. So basically, again, what I was mentioning earlier, when it comes to social media, just be yourself. Don't try to be anyone else, because when you try to be anyone else, again, that's when it goes wrong. Because if you try to copy someone and you keep copying them, you're going to literally copy them. You're going to follow them until they go down a well. You know what I'm trying to say? You're going to follow them all the way. So everything they do, you're going to copy. And it's not good, because once they stop, what are you going to do? You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
Absolutely.
But if you're talking in terms of social media platforms, right now, Snapchat is one of the most biggest social media platforms. It's the most paying. It's the most, well, I would say it's the most loyal fans. Because with Snapchat, it's a lot of stories. So the first thing you do, you wake up, a lot of these guys, is you open the Snapchat app and go through your stories, right? It'll only take you like 5 to 10 minutes, but it's quick. Everyone goes on Snapchat and views stories. They do it with Insta as well. No one really does it with TikTok, because TikTok stories is a new thing. But with Snapchat, everyone does it, because even when it came to Instagram stole stories from Snapchat. So they never used to have stories. It was because of Snapchat. That's why they took it. They saw stories and they're like, oh, we're going to add this. Because Instagram never used to have stories. They used to have feed. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So, Snapchat right now, especially for the last, 2-3 years, Snapchat's been a really, really big platform for me. Like, I've received 30 million views a month on there.
Wow.
Yeah. And, Snapchat's really, really big. And the money, honestly, the money on Snapchat, it's crazy. I get paid to post stories. Just stories. All I'm doing is posting stories. I'm getting paid around 10 grand a month for that.
Wow. So let's talk about money here for a second. So, for a lot of people that want to be influencers and try to grow themselves, so what kind of a rough figure, I'm not going to expect you to tell me an exact figure, but give me a rough figure of how much a magician can make a month.
It all depends, you know. A magician can have, I'm being very straight here. A magician can have sometimes in January you might have a slow month. Not a lot of events going on in January, but after January and February you're crazy. You know, March, April, Easter events, weddings, parties, corporate events, December, all those events, Christmas events, and X, Y, Z. A magician can make up to 5 grand to 50 grand a month. It depends, and it all depends on your brand as well. So if people know you and people like you, and people know how good you are at magic, and how, you know, if you perform at a lot of corporate events, and if genuinely people, you know, follow you, they'll pay. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, completely got that.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So what you're saying that any magician, well, not any, but any inspiring magician that actually learned the tricks and able to perform.
If you genuinely, because someone told me this, and someone older told me this that I respect every single day. He told me, look, the goal isn't to become famous. The goal isn't to become big on social media. The goal is to become the best magician, the greatest magician, right? If you become the greatest at what you are, right, the greatest, work hard. If your aim is to become the greatest and the best magician, all those things will come with it. The fame, the money, the social media, the girls if you want, you know, everything will come with it. Because your craft, you have to just focus on your craft, right? And if you're focusing on your craft to the point where it's like 100%, I'm putting my time into it and I'm making sure it's the best, then all of these things will come with it. Just come with it automatically because you're focusing hard on craft, and these things just come with. These are extras. You just come with it.
Okay, amazing. Following the conversation on the celebrities, you have collaborated with many of them and many big names that you mentioned there. I want to know which one was the best celebrity. Well, that would be the wrong question. The question is, what was the best experience and who was the celebrity that you had the best experience with? And why?
I'll be honest with you. You know, there's a lot of celebrities that I've met, and there's a lot of, you know, good people, bad people, but you know, you get those people in the world. One of my favorite people that I've ever met, his name's Steel Bangles. He's like an older brother to me now. He's a celebrity producer, a music producer, right? And the thing with him is, I'll be honest, this industry that I'm in is very fake. Everyone's out for themselves. You know, everyone just can see how everyone can use each other. It's very, very dirty industry, the music industry. But when I met Steel Bangles, right, I met him at a shoot with Sidhu Moosewala. Obviously, rest in peace now. Sidhu Moosewala was a great man. And I met him at this video shoot. And before this, I was meeting a couple celebrities and doing magic on them and rappers and this, that. And the rappers were like, yeah, we're going to help you. We're going to make you meet this person. We're going to do this, do that, selling me dreams. And after the video shoot with Steel Bangles, we went to his house afterwards. You know, with all of his guys, all of his friends, 15 to 20 people in the studio. And it was a studio as big as this, so it's not that big of a studio. One of his first ones. And he was like, he told all of his friends to go out and leave me and him in a room so he can talk to me, right? And he was like, I want to talk to Dawud. He's like, Dawud, I want to help you. I was like, here we go again. Here's the fake friendship. Yeah. He was like, no, I want to help you, right? I want to take you under my wing and I'm going to help you. So I'm going to take you everywhere I go. So I just smiled. I was like, yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate that because I know this guy's not going to help you. He's just not going to help you. That's what I'm thinking. And bro, like everywhere he used to go, he used to take me. He used to introduce me to celebrities like I'm his little brother. He said, oh yeah, this is my little brother, by the way. He's going to show you a magic trick. And the way these celebrities used to interact with me now was like, I've known them for 5 years. I don't even know Mist. Like, I don't even know this guy or that guy. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't even know me and you're treating me like I'm family. And you're an A-list big celebrity that sells like O2 and XYZ. So I'm like, that's crazy. You know, like, and Bangles did so much for me. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I love him to bits and I'll do anything for him. He's like my older brother. So he's helped me out. So I've always got love for him.
Bangles, I heard about him from a few other guys as well that we were mentioning, not on the podcast, but we were having a chat and they said that he helped them as well.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy. He's a lovely guy. He's got a very good heart. He's got a very good heart and he's doing big
Tell me about the
things.
experience with Sidhu. How was it? Where did you meet him and how did you meet him?
So I met Sidhu Moosewala at a video shoot. It's funny because the video shoot I met him at was one of the recent songs that came out. It's with Fredo. It's called Attach. And that's the music video where we met him at. I didn't know too much about Sidhu Moosewala when I met him, so I was like, you know, he's cool, looks a cool guy, you know. And then later on, I found out who I met.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I was like, yeah. So I did a magic trick on him. He loved it. And then 2 days later, we were on stage together at Wireless Festival. I was on stage with Sidhu Moosewala at Wireless Festival. I was on the main stage. I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm like, what am I doing with Sidhu Moosewala, Mist, and Steel Bangles on stage? I'm a 17-year-old magician. what am I doing here?
That must
Sorry,
be
I was on
amazing, isn't it?
stage with thousands of people. I was like, what is going on? Life is unreal right now. And I was on stage, and yeah, Sidhu showed a lot of love, man, a lot of love.
Yeah. Going forward, these celebrities, you have had some amazing people there. You have mentioned Sidhu, for
Thank
example,
you.
and Bengal. So going to your worst experiences, tell me a name or anyone you want to mention or celebrity that you didn't have the best experience with. And
The thing is with me, I don't really like to mention names because I'm not that type of guy. I'm not petty. I'm not just gonna mention a name and be like, oh, I'm that guy. You know, I'm not that guy. But there was one person. I wouldn't even class him as a celebrity anymore. But he is up there. I'm not gonna mention a name, but he owes me some money. It's funny because I obviously have another business as well, and we rented a car out to him. And because I know him, I was like, all right, cool, no problem, bro. You can pay me after. It's not a problem. I know you. It's fine. And this is what showed me about the industry. You know, it was only £150.
wow,
It was only £150 to a A-list celebrity who has diamond chains, diamond watches, millions of views online, over 500,000 followers, and
that is crazy.
can't pay me £150. You know, so I bought the car. I personally bought the car to the video shoot. I personally bought the car to the video shoot because, like, you know, he's cool, man. I like him. You know, I'll do it as a favor. I bought the car. And then at the end of the video shoot, he's like, all right, no worries, bro. I'll transfer you the money. Cool, no problem. Sent him my bank details on Instagram. Waited a day, no problem. He's cool. Bro, where's this money? 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Now the videographer is calling me saying, yo, bro, can you stop messaging the artist about the money? Is this a joke? What are we doing? Are we playing? What are we doing? Are we playing? Like, what are we doing, bro? Do you get it? Like, are we getting this money or are we not getting this money? Like, he's a big celebrity, right? That has a lot of money, that raps about a lot of money, a lot of girls, shows off a lot of money in his music videos, but can't pay me £150 for a Mercedes. If that's how you want to play, bro, you can. It's completely fine. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah. Again, like, it just, that shows the reality of these rappers. Not these rappers, sorry. That shows the realities of some celebrities, that a lot of these people just stunt. You know, if you can't pay me I'm not saying the money amount. It could be £1 or £50. It's just, it shows the principle, right? It's the principle. It's not, it could be £50 or £100. It's the principle. Like, you told me you were gonna pay me, right?
Okay, that's crazy. So, well, you know, I would have thought from an outsider, you know, the entertainment industry was a lot more, you know, let's say, a lot more easier to deal with than what you're mentioning. I have had some experience with some individuals in the entertainment industry, and you know, there's a lot of things that are kind of wrong in that I have seen as an outsider. But you obviously being inside and involved in these video shoots, as
Like, with me,
a lot more.
With me, it's like, because I've got a good heart. I just like helping people. So it's like, why do you not just be nice?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Genuinely, if you didn't want to pay, bro, you could have told me at the start. Like, am I paying or am I not paying? You know,
Yeah.
like, it is what it
I
is.
get
Man.
that. It is what it is.
But it's good it happened because it's a wake up call and shows what type of people these are.
Fair enough. Okay, so, you know, I'm gonna wrap this up with well, actually, final two things. The first thing is, you know,
Am I married? No, I'm not married. Okay, I know I'm looking for a beautiful 21-year-old. Just please get in my DMs. All right, don't even get in my DMs. If you're very serious, info@dawudmagic.com. Just send your marriage CV. My mother will look at it, and inshallah we'll take it from there. Anyway, so,
So, Dawud, you mentioned that you would pick up a call from your mother anywhere you are, regardless of where you are. Tell me a bit more about your relationship with your mom, because how is it? Well, how would you describe it?
yeah, it's quite strong. It's quite strong. You know, she's the woman that I always love. She's the woman that will love you unconditionally, because no other woman in this world will love you the way your mother loves you. No matter what a girl says, your mother will give you unconditional love. There is not a person in the entire world who will give you unconditional love, and that is the only person that will is your mother. So when I know that, and I know what my mother's been through to do XYZ for me, I can't not have the goal to retire my mum every single day of my life. And that's one of the things that keeps me going, motivation. If I don't feel like going to work, if I don't feel like grinding, I've got to think that my mum's got to work the next day. I can't let that happen.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And really
So with me,
inspiring.
because if, you know, I can't let that happen. You know, there's obviously some personal, but with me, it's like I have to retire my mum. And if I have to retire my mum, I have to do X, Y, Z to get there.
That's great. That's a great piece of advice for a lot of people listening there as well. Because a lot of us, we kind of, you know, especially the newer generation, they don't hold that value for the parents that they should be holding.
And subhanallah, I know this is bad to say, but when they go, they realize that I wish I did this. It's too late now, because you know, God gave you so many chances. God gave you so many chances of doing X, Y, Z, and now you're saying you wish.
Yeah, I personally know a few people as well, to be fair, you know, when after they lost their parents and their fathers were especially, and they never actually sat down
bonded or X, Y, Z.
Yeah, they didn't even ask them the questions, like, you know, what, for example, I think, like, you know, what's the moment that made you the most proud of myself, for example, just to you know, you got that on your heart, and you know what your parents think about you, or how they felt about you, and what 100%. They wanted in life, because they kind of sacrificed everything for us. And
I agree with you.
We should be pretty much doing the same thing
I
for
agree
them.
with you. Like, you should owe everything to your parents, you know, like.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt.
100%.
Okay, so the first one was, look, you have been in the magic industry for a long time, and obviously it's pretty much really much connected to the entertainment industry. So where do you see yourself in the next couple of years, you would say, or what's the next step for Dawud, the magician?
In the next couple of years, I just want to establish the name really, really big. You know, I want it to be what it's like when someone thinks of a magician, they think of me straight away. They think of me, oh yeah, Dawud. Have you seen Dawud? That's how I want it to be. You know, as soon as someone thinks of, for example, a race car driver, they think of Lewis Hamilton, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or they think of a footballer, they think of Ronaldo, right? Mm-hmm. And when they think they think when they think of magician, they should think Dawud straight away. Like, yeah, Dawud. You know, it should be just click. It should be just like that. You know, when you think of a supercar, you don't think of Lamborghini, because Lamborghini is shit. Yeah, you think of Ferrari, right? But when you think of a premium watch brand, you think of Rolex, right? When you think of magician, think of Dawud. So my goal to get there is to just, you know, do greater, bigger stunts, do bigger tricks, and inshallah, you know, slowly getting to that stage.
Sounds great. So to conclude, as I asked to all of my guests as well, and I'm going to ask you as well, what's the piece of advice that you would give to anybody listening? A life advice, actually, based on your experiences.
Life advice. Okay, it's very unrelated to work, but never ever miss your mother's phone calls, right? Because that could be your last one.
Oh, that's something. That's something deep, that makes you think a lot.
Because with me, bro, like, it's whenever my mother calls, I've got to pick it up. I don't care where I am. Yeah, I could be on stage with 50,000 people. If my mother's calling me, I'm picking that phone up, with all due respect, because that could be the last phone call. And I don't care if I'm on stage or next to Drake or next to whoever. Like, I'm picking up that phone call, because that could be the last one.
Yeah, definitely. Again, understand. Like, it makes a lot of sense, and it's very deep as well, and something to think about. Perfect, Dawud. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and it was a pleasure having you with me
amazing.
Today.
Yeah.
And to you guys as well. Thanks everybody for watching, and I shall see.
Make sure you follow up, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Please do support us.
Perfect. Thanks again, buddy.
No worries, brother. I'll take you.